4. I'm almost positive that is correct. It is 12:56. We're heading out to the spot that I stopped yesterday. So we've got about at least a 30-minute or so drive. Haven't quite gotten on the schedule of starting at midnight, but I'm confident that we'll get there when we get there. Again, just trying to really listen to my body and be wherever that may be. So body check. A couple things. Woke up, bottom of my foot was bothering me a little bit. So we froze some water bottles. I tried rolling it out, put some BioFreeze on that. My bottom, it has been riding for over 200 miles consecutive days. So already started the butter this morning. And I'll be mindful to butter more often than I had been, because it's a little sore, to say the least, in a certain area. But I'm going to try to use more of my core today and not sit so in the saddle, even though I know the first part of it is rather flat. I even got like a seat cushion thing, see how that works. I don't think it's really going to work, but I'm going to try something a little bit different. If I end up changing that, I'm going to try tilting the seat up a little bit and see if that adjustment helps. So my foot, my bottom, my wrist is feeling a little bit better. I'm not 100% there, but it feels much better than it had been. Still have a little nauseous again, like yesterday. I don't know what that's about. I think it might be butterflies, excitement, going into the unknown again. So that's that. I'm gonna rock with the same mantra. I'm gonna do my best and let God do the rest. I'm gonna let God be God, and let's see what amazingness can happen today. Body check. What I'm looking forward to just riding and doing the best that I can today, especially the best I can before the sun rises. So that's that. So happy 4th of July, and because it is the 4th of July, I'm almost positive it is. So to that, yay. Have an awesome day. I hope you guys enjoyed your fireworks this weekend, or maybe today. Cookouts and all that fun stuff. Family time is the best time, and family can be whoever you call family. And I love my brother and sister, but everybody's my brother and sister. So go out there, know that you're loved and deserve respect. Give it to yourself and give it to others. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. This is Beacon, and we are doing our daily check-ins with Tara here with Tara's Mission. Again, for folks who are just joining us, if you're interested in learning more about the mission, and the most recent episode we have is episode 81, which has been replayed now, and you can also catch her on episode 6. 14 and 61, and then check us out every single day here on YouTube as we check in with Tara. So Tara, tell us, how are you feeling?
I am feeling good now.
Good. Okay. What we're going to do first is, let's just start from the top. What's on your heart? How are you feeling? What's dropping in for you, the message that you have for us here today?
So for today, I'm going to go back to this quote. Giving up on your goal because of one setback is like slashing your other 3 tires because you got one flat. So I got my first flat today. I've been riding this road bike for 5 years, and I've changed some flats, but not because I got a flat. So today I got a flat tire. And the reason why I picked this one is I was also listening to a book, an Audible, Earlogical, and it was talking about goal versus objective. And it really resonated today where I set a goal and I'm experiencing setbacks. If you watch the other days leading up to day 4, which we're at today, I've been experiencing some setbacks, and I'm trying my best not to slash all the tires by staying positive and trusting not my plan, but his plan. And so a goal is when you set a goal, it kind of puts you in this box. And part of this whole mission is to encourage us all to go beyond the labels or beyond the box that we may put ourselves in. And that's what goals do. You set a goal, you either achieve that or you don't, where you can find yourself beating yourself up, or you might just, put a ceiling on something that you could have did even more with because you had a goal. So to make a shift from instead of having a goal to have an objective. So then you are giving all your effort towards something without any limitations. So I'm going to work that in releasing that list of cities that I really wanted to get to so I can get home and just trust in his plan. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was letting you go all the way through because there's a lot of nuggets that you just dropped. And now we're going to really go a little bit deeper on that message there, right? So, again, if you've been following, there have been snags that you've had. One of the questions I have for you, today, having that flat tire, both in the metaphor of this, don't let it slash all your tires, but curious for you, why do you think it's showing up so hard on you right now as you compare it to like your prior missions?
Because I keep hitting these snags. I haven't hit a flow quite yet. But I also think it's so a part of the process because there's a lot of shedding that I need to do as an individual, because I tend to, not play to win. So I'm safe. I'm not going to set myself up to, to beat myself up because I'm really good at that. So the fact that this keeps happening, I'm trying to stay in my lane and trust this is happening for a reason. Nothing just happens. And you've reminded me this. I'm trying to remind myself and try to stay fully in surrender and trust in the bigger plan. However, it's like, I don't want to say I'm being tested, but it's like, I keep getting the snags and I keep showing up and I keep trusting and I keep, praying and asking for the signs. And I feel like I'm getting the signs, but then I get another snag and it's like, it's not easy.
It sounds heavy.
Yeah, it's not easy. And I can easily beat myself up, and I know that's not it. Because at the end of the day, when I look over the past 4 days, I am still getting out there and doing my best. And my mantra is do your best and let God do the rest. So I'm doing that, and I need to be proud of that. And I'm, riding on roads I've never ridden on, riding on highways. I'm doing, tremendous climbs, and I need to pause and say, hey, you're doing your best. It may not look like the way you mapped it out in the thing, but doesn't mean that I'm letting God down. Doesn't mean I'm not sending my message. And today, I actually went back out again after I got the flat, in the afternoon when it was warm. It was like 90 something degrees, and Tara was there. I was waving at cars, and that's what I do. I've been riding at night and not quite doing that, and not only just sending the message with words, but waving and letting people be seen and know that, sending the love, even if it's just a wave or a smile. And so I had that. So that feels good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think what I'm seeing in you, and folks can attest to this, in any new experience that you have there's just a level of expectation that gets set from you, from your plan, from your, and I'm thinking of you, like when you were writing out your plan, which cities you thought you'd hit by when, right? Like all of those things set a level of expectation. And what I'm hearing from you is that even in thinking you baked in realistic goals, right? Your expectations were raised a bit, and now you're, you're not hitting your flow as fast as you thought you would.
Or that,
and what you're accustomed to.
Right. What I'm used to. And I just got to take into account, right? Like, there's so many variables and so many unknowns. And so the fact that I'm just getting out there and being brave enough to be in new areas, and I mean, the wildlife that's out here. And so I am, living fearlessly, which I want to do. But again, that's how you do it. It just doesn't always come across like, I don't know, a TV show. Like, it's real life. And
no, I have to say, what I have to say is, like, this is the reason why we're doing this, right? Like, IRL, what you're demonstrating right now is, what does growth look like IRL, in real life, right? Like, what, like I say to most, if you've listened to our podcast, I say this quite a bit. It's easy to say who you want to be absent of real life showing up, right? And what you're demonstrating is that what happens when real life shows up, when you step outside your comfort zone, when you strive for something you've never done before, is that you're going to hit that setback. And, you might say, okay, one day I got it. I got enough gas in the tank for that one. 2 days, okay, I got it. But there's going to be a point where you have to surrender to, no matter what, come what may, right? That person you built yourself, that person you're striving for, that growth that you're reaching for, this is something that, there's no shortcut to it. You've got to live through it. And you're demonstrating what it is, because it comes uncomfortable. It comes sticky. It comes with self-doubt, right? Mm-hmm. The difference is you do it and with it, mm-hmm. right? You do it. I tell people all the time, one of the things a lot of people will say to me is like, wow, you're so great at public speaking. You look like you're having a blast. And I'm like, I did it shaking in my boots. Because it is what everything you've been talking about is that both and. It comes, yes, the confidence is there and the shakiness and the boots are there too, and it's uncomfortable. And the more you do, the more you demonstrate to yourself, the more comfortable it'll get. But what you're doing right now, the fearless unicorn in you, right? Just like every other mission you've had before this, there has always been this stretch where it will come up for you, because that's where the new territory is. But once you break through it, there's no stopping. So I'm so glad that we're capturing this, because even just watching, you're like, I don't even know how to explain it. I know that. I mean, you can hear my voice is shaking.
My voice is shaking as I explain this, and it's like, part of it is I'm holding back tears because this is not easy. But I don't usually share this part. I mean, you see this part, and my close friends see this part, but I usually don't show this part because I want people to continue to dream and hope and do, but it's not easy.
Yeah, but we so appreciate it, right? And me personally, I get to see all sides, and I say that this is what builds the character. It doesn't come absent of these tears. It doesn't come absent of the fear, of the doubt, of the worry. It doesn't come absent of any of that. And so, when folks, see you, oh, I see your sister out running, I see her doing all these things, right? I'm proud that that's the image, right? But I'm even more proud because I see the roller coaster that which is building that character, right? And the lows are never as low and the highs are never, all of those things, right? You're building that muscle to get bigger, better, stronger, faster, and I got to see, the days where, that 3-pound weight was too heavy, right? And now you're carrying the 20-pound weight, right? So I got to see what that trajectory looks like. And I truly understand at a visceral level that no success comes in a straight line, right? And I know that from my own personal journey, but this one is a physical journey, right? Where you have the strength, you have everything that you need, you've built yourself for this. And even in that, it's not an easy thing. It's not met without any moments of, setbacks, moments of emotional breakdown, right? So I thank you, because I think right now, you're opening up in a way that you don't normally do, and you don't let everybody in. But I think it's going to bring real healing to folks because they can see that, oh, you know, the girl that's running and biking for human rights is human too. She's doing something that seems superhuman, but she is human too.
Yeah. And then for me, it's like those other two missions, it's like, well, you hear me. It was like, God got this. This is God. And God is here right now. And I on those hills, my mantra is Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Strong, able. Father, you know, and I'm repeating that. And that has grown, and I am confident on that. But what I am grappling with that and both is the me. The inadequate me. Like, and he doesn't say I'm inadequate, but I am. And it's like, I trust in him, and now I need to also believe in me, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And that's where it starts, right? And that's where it starts because on paper, you know, it's one thing, right? And even what you know up here to be true, you have to give it the space and the grace to drop into your heart and be manifested and carried and modeled through your soul. So, and this is the athlete in you, I'll say again, right? Like you physically, like, you know, when you go out on your runs and all that, right? Like that's when you have your time to yourself and be able to give that self-love and open that piece out in you, you know? And so that's what I'm seeing in this right here. Like once that breakthrough comes, right? Because you and I both know it's coming.
Yeah.
But this is the work. Yeah. This is the work, you know, and not for nothing. This is the thing where, you know, you watch that like self-help or, you know, really pretty motivational video on YouTube or whatever. And you're like, oh, this is awesome. And then, you know, cut 48 hours and you're, you know, back to square one or not feeling it or all that other kind of stuff. Right. Like, so it's that absorbing the message versus just watching it, just that, you know, understanding it, right? Like allowing the soul to grab it beyond just the knowledge base here. And there's no shortcut.
No.
You
the process.
Give it the space.
It's a practice. It's a process. It's like going from grape to wine. It's a process.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing this with us today. Thank you for being open.
Openness.
Telling me to dance, taking a chance.